Alrighty, everybody. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Wednesday, November 3rd. This is the defense special teams portion of the week where I highlight the top 10 or so defenses and talk about some others that could potentially exceed projections. And then, of course, I do my little rambling about my day or whatever I want to talk about because this is my video. I had big, lofty, ambitious goals for my day today, but I went to work and then I came home and took a nap. And I'm always optimistic with my nap. I'm always thinking I'll sleep an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'll feel fine. I'll feel great. It never happens. Never ever happens. I'm not 4 years old anymore. I'm 34. So a 2-hour nap. I just want to sleep another 2 hours. So even though I took the 2-hour nap, I was still in bed for another hour, 2 hours. Didn't get out of bed till 11. And then I was gonna go see my parents. I wanted to get tires. I wanted to get new tires for my car first because they're not stock tires, and I think the non-stock tires are driving down my gas mileage, and they're getting a little bald. Anyway, so I wanted to go get some new tires. Turns out there's good news and bad news. The good news is they extended my credit limit, so it's higher now than it used to be last time I bought tires, which was so many years ago. Like I totally forgot what I'm doing. And then the bad news is they want a big fat down payment. I have 3 different tire options. Cheapest one is $607. I got to pay a third. No matter which option I choose, I have to pick a third. I have to pay a third down payment, and so I feel like I should just went in there tomorrow because I get paid from UPS tomorrow. I'll have some money. I mean, I have a little bit of money now, but not enough to pay at least $200 on a down payment for some tires, so I can make payments on the rest of it. So I'll have to go back tomorrow. I have a decision to make. I guess it's not really a decision that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna have to get tires at some point, and so may as well just do it now. But I'm gonna go back tomorrow, get my tires. I don't know. It's already 1 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to still go see my parents. I kind of wanted to have new tires before I drive, 150 miles round trip. But I'm also still sick. I know my mother just got over her COVID battle, and my dad dealt with a really serious illness, a couple of months ago that took him a long time to recover from. So. But yeah, I don't want to do that tomorrow because I kind of want to go exploring a little bit of the area or Portland tomorrow. So that's kind of yes, I want to see my parents. I want to see my nephew and my niece. I guess she's my niece, even though she's not technically my brother's kid. She is the daughter of my brother's longtime girlfriend and half sister to my nephew. So technically, she's pretty much my niece. But really I just want to get, my mom has the America the Beautiful card, and I gave it to her. She mostly lets me keep it, but I gave it to her last time I went to Montana so she could use it to go to Yellowstone, and I haven't gotten back yet, so I want to go get that because there's some things around here that that pass might be able to get me in free too. So that's basically why I'm going down there. I still might do that later, but yeah, I'm going to get the tires tomorrow and all that stuff. I want to get my laundry done as well. I just finally got to throw my first load in there for the day. I wanted to do that a long time. I probably should have just done it before I went to sleep. I at least got one load washed, but 2020 vision, hindsight's always 2020. Some news in the fantasy world today. We've all heard about Henry Ruggs, right? And how, life can just change in an instant or end in an instant. And I just want to say that was, I don't feel bad for him. He made a very stupid decision that he should never have made. He's a rich young athlete in a city like Vegas, where there's no shortage of transportation options. I got a free shuttle from my hotel to the airport to get to ride on my Grand Canyon tour. That was free for me. I didn't even have to pay for that. It was complimentary. I am just an average, low income white guy, tourist on my first trip to Vegas. I got a free complimentary limo shuttle to the airport from my hotel. So there's no excuse for Henry Rollins to not have a personal driver, being rich, young and rich, or have an Uber or a taxi service or limo service or something. There's absolutely no excuse for it. It was completely stupid. He was going 156 miles an hour on a residential street while driving drunk. There's no defense for it. He was absolutely stupid. He killed somebody. I wonder personally if he was trying to commit suicide, but then I found out that he had a passenger in the car with him, so that kind of like takes that possibility away from me. I don't know. It's just literally the dumbest decision I've ever. I don't mean to laugh. It's very tragic, but like he literally is the stupidest athlete that I've ever heard of in my entire life, and his career is over. His life possibly could be over too. He is young and rich. Money does have a way of influencing the criminal justice system. I know we don't really like to talk about that. We don't really like to admit that that's true. But if you have money, the criminal justice system will usually let you off with a slap on the wrist, no matter how serious the offense, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, really, it's tragic that the young lady lost her life, and it's tragic that he was so stupid that he made that stupid ass decision and ruined everything for himself. But what else is there to say? We'll move on. The Raiders moved on. We'll move on. Speed kills was the Raiders thing with him. He really lived that motto. He really lived that slogan, didn't he? So good luck to him in the Nevada State Prison, or living with that guilt. And Michael Thomas, we knew he had a setback. We knew he was going to be out for a little bit while longer. Now he's re-aggravated his ankle injury. He's going to be out for the year. Time to move on from him completely. It's time for the Saints to move on from him too. He obviously does not want to be there. I don't know what's going on with him. He had such a great big year. He got paid, and now he just doesn't want to play for the Saints anymore. Doesn't like Sean Payton. I don't know. They need to. That's a toxic situation. They need to move on from that for both parties. And it sounds like Aaron Rodgers is going to be out with COVID. He tested positive early in the week, so Wednesday. So I feel like there's still possibly a chance that he could play on Sunday, but right now it's looking like Jordan Love. So make a contingency plan with your quarterbacks if you have Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't recommend waiting it out. I would recommend getting your quarterback now and hoping that Rodgers plays, and then dropping that quarterback and picking up whatever best flex option is in the waiver wire Saturday night or Sunday morning. I don't know. I guess actually you probably could wait. Just you don't want to lose a good flex option for a backup quarterback. So I guess it would be better to wait on the quarterback situation. I think guys like Tua, Carson Wentz, Derek Carr, Mike White. No, Mike White plays tomorrow. That won't be a possibility. But you don't want to miss out on Mike White. He could have a big day. He could be the next Tom Brady, they're saying. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. That's the big football news for the day. Let's move on to the defense. It's been almost 10 minutes. Top 10 defenses for the week. Bills at Jaguars. Jaguars are terrible. I don't know. I really thought Urban Meyer would be a successful NFL coach. I guess I thought when he was young, when he was in Florida, he definitely would have been an outstanding NFL coach. He had the acumen, he had the passion, he had the workaholic. He was a workaholic. He would have been successful then. Even when he was still at Ohio State, kind of early in his Ohio State tenure, I think he would have made a successful NFL coach. But the fact, I think he got way too comfortable at Ohio State, stopped really coaching, kind of became more of a CEO, and then he retired and was out of the game for a couple of years. That really took the luster off his shine. I think I don't know. Urban Meyer just doesn't have it anymore, and it's sad because I really thought Urban Meyer. I always wanted to see him make this transition to the NFL. I wanted to see him do it like 10 years ago. Now he's doing it. He's failing miserably. Jaguars are bad. Bills defense is good. Gonna be a big day. Steelers versus the Bears. We all know the Bears offense and his problems. Matt Nagy should be back from his COVID isolation next week, and we all know how the Bears offense looks when Matt Nagy is in charge of it. It looks worse. So, Cowboys versus the Broncos. Cowboys defense pretty good this year, and Broncos offense just okay. The Patriots defense against the Panthers. Sam Darnold is who we thought he was. Saints defense against the Falcons. I was kind of right on the Saints defense last week, wasn't I? Tom Brady had some trouble. The Buccaneers lost. Tom Brady does not like the Saints defense, and the Saints defense know something about Tom Brady that perhaps nobody except Bill Belichick knows. And obviously they're not going to let the rest of the world in on that secret, but those two, Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, know something about Tom Brady that nobody else knows. Saints defense against the Falcons, much easier matchup, much better matchup. Now, Colts defense against the Jets. Statistically, we would say good defense, bad offense, good matchup, especially on a Thursday game. But Mike White looked outstanding last week, and if he can do that again, we're gonna have to start taking Mike White seriously. But as now, let's just play the odds, play the statistics. Say good defense against bad offense, good matchup for the defense. Rams defense against the Titans. No Derrick Henry from the Titans is going to put a lot more responsibility on Ryan Tannehill's shoulders, and Tannehill has not looked great this year. Rams defense, again, really good defense. Good matchup there. Cardinals defense at the 49ers. 49ers are bad. Cardinals defense good. See, there's a theme here. And really the only other defense that I liked this week, so there's really only 9 defenses I trust. Panthers defense against Mac Jones and the Patriots. And it's not New England, it's in Carolina, so that changes things. Patriots play a lot better at home. Some more defenses worth honorable mention here. Got 4. Bengals and Browns defense. They're facing each other. Bengals defense has looked good for the most part this year, but they got lit up last week. And the Browns defense, we had some sky high hopes for them, a lot of talent on that defense, but really so far not the greatest fantasy defense. Pretty decent real life defense, not a great fantasy defense. The Bengals aren't the greatest matchup for them, but both could be streaming options for you this week if you're looking for a little bit of something. Also the Raiders. What a year for the Raiders though. John Gruden and now Henry Ruggs. But the defense has looked, it hasn't been bad. Hasn't been great. Hasn't been bad. It's been a decent fantasy defense. And they're facing the Giants. They're facing Danny Dimes and Darius Drops. So if Darius Drops plays. There's definitely worse offenses. Worst offenses for a fantasy defense perspective that you could play. Giants are great. They turn the ball over a lot. Saquon Barkley may or may not be back. Darius Drops, Darius Slee may or may not play. The wide receiver core is a mess. Raiders defense could be a good streaming option. And lastly, the Dolphins. Massive disappointment the Dolphins have been this year. Brian Flores probably going to get fired at the end of the year. I feel bad for him. He seems like a good, intelligent young coach. I think he'll land on his feet though. He'll just go back to New England, rehab for a couple years, get another head coaching job. Hopefully a more successful head coaching job this next time around. Kind of guys, sometimes they don't succeed their first time. They learn a lot and then they go succeed the next time. But the Dolphins defense could be a streaming option this week for you against the terrible, no good, awful Houston Texans. So who may or may not have Tyrod Taylor back. But either way, that offense is not at all fearsome. But Dolphins defense not super great either. But again, if you're needing to stream, you miss out on the top 9. There's some more options for you. All right, so that's it. I'll get the tight ends, quarterbacks, possibly later tonight, most likely tomorrow. Wide receivers, running backs to be determined. And tomorrow's kind of my last day off for because my schedule's changing. I'm finally going to get Sunday, Monday off. So I'll have Sunday, Monday off on both jobs. So that'll be great to finally not be working 7 days a week, as I've been working 7 days a week for the last year. The only days off I really get are when I take vacation, travel somewhere. So that'll be cool to have both 2 days off in a row at both jobs. It'll make traveling a lot easier. Plus Sunday, man, I'll be able to watch, a lot of football down the stretch. It'll be great. And but so yeah, I'll be working. I go back to work Friday, and then I'll pretty much be working. Yeah, I'll be working for like a week and a half straight until I go back on my next trip, and then I'll get, because that'll be the first weekend I get Sunday, Monday off. So yeah, basically Friday to I guess a week straight. Friday to tomorrow. So yes, my trip to LA and San Diego is next weekend. Wow. So I only have to work a week straight. So that's not bad. I mean, like I've been saying, I've been working 7 days a week. Anyways, it'll just be, instead of, having Wednesdays and Thursdays where I get to come home at 6:30, 7 a.m. and take a nap, I'll just have to go straight to my other job and get a nap. But not a big deal. I'll survive. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and nacho fries.